Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person. It's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize that.
Well, what I do realize is that as of right now, no other Chicago Sky game have been moved to the United Center, except for one, Indiana Fever.
Speaking of United Center, it'll also play host to a pair of WNBA games for the first time this season. The Sky announcing their matchups, hosting the Indiana Fever will be moved from Wintrust to the UC, has about double the capacity, so more tickets available to watch Caitlin Clark.
Ever wondered why some athletes get the red carpet treatment while others are left wondering where the spotlight went? In 2025, the Chicago Sky are rolling out the big guns, moving 2 home games to the massive United Center, but only when Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever come to town. Angel Reese isn't happy about it, and the drama's heating up fast.
So it looks like the Chicago Sky have finally done what we've been asking for, which was to schedule the games against the Fever at the United Center. And also, in case you weren't already aware, the United Center is the biggest basketball arena in the country. Both home games against the Fever have been scheduled at the United Center.
Let's talk about this United Center situation.
Let's start with the news that's got everyone talking. The Chicago Sky dropped a bombshell. Their June 7th and July 27th matchups against the Fever are shifting from the cozy 10,000-seat Wintrust Arena to the United Center, a 21,000-seat behemoth that's never hosted a WNBA game in its 31-year history. That's more than double the capacity, opening the doors to thousands more fans. It's a historic flex for a league that's been clawing its way into the mainstream, and it's all happening because one player's name is lighting up the marquee. But who's really driving this move?
With Caitlin coming to town, man, all these teams are going to cash in on that. It's just the nature of the business at this point. One fan saying, let's go Fever, taking over the United Center. I can't wait. The Angel Reese effect, no. They know better than to leave free money on the table when the face card comes to town. Yeah, man, because we remember last time Caitlin Clark was there, bro, the arena erupted.
Caitlin Clark's not just a rookie anymore. She's a walking gold mine. Last season, she turned the Indiana Fever into a fan magnet, pulling in 341,000 fans across their home games at Gainbridge Fieldhouse. That's not just a franchise record. It's a sledgehammer to the WNBA's old attendance highs, beating the previous single-season mark by 36%. 3 times in 2024, the Fever hit 20,000 fans in a single night, a feat no other team touched. Wherever Clark went, arenas filled up like it was a championship final. Teams noticed, and they're not about to let that cash slip away. But there's more to this story than packed seats.
It seems the Chicago Sky have had to move 2 of their home games to a larger facility, a larger basketball facility. I'm sure, no doubt, this is the Angel Reese effect. I've got no doubts, no qualms. There's nothing. She even told me herself right here that it's not just one other player. It's because of her too.
Angel Reese isn't taking this quietly. She's been vocal, asking reporters why only Clark's games get the United Center upgrade. Why isn't my team giving me the same love? She wondered, frustration dripping from every word. Reese has spent her rookie year building a brand, rebounding machine, TikTok star, self-proclaimed co-headliner of the WNBA's rise. But when she sees her Sky games stuck at Wintrust while Clarks get the VIP treatment, it stings. And what's coming next might sting even more.
One of the hottest tickets in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark, coming back to the city that she owns, coming back to Chicago after Chicago gave her such a warm welcome last year. They threw Barbie night for Caitlin Clark's arrival. They gave her pink towels. The fans were lined up on the side. She was signing autographs. How is Chicago going to welcome Caitlin Clark this next year around? How are they going to top Barbie night in a 9,000-seat arena? Well, easy. We moved Barbie night to a 21 1,000-seat arena.
Here's where the numbers cut through the noise. Clark's Fever games averaged nearly 17,000 fans last season, dwarfing the Sky's 9,000 average with Reese on the court. On the road, Indiana drew 36% more fans than any other team. Clark was a traveling circus of hype. Meanwhile, the Sky's biggest crowd ever, 16,444, came back in 2016, long before Reese laced up for Chicago. Last year, her games didn't budge the needle enough to ditch Wintrust. Not once. Clark's visits, ticket prices shot up to $1,700 courtside, and fans still fought to get in. The math's brutal, and it's telling a story Reese might not want to hear.
Caitlin Clark and Fever games getting moved to bigger venues on the road is normal at this point in time. We see it happen quite often whenever that Fever show comes to town. But in this case, it is interesting considering the opponent and considering the venue.
Rewind to 2024 for a second. When Clark rolled into Chicago, Wintrust couldn't handle the demand. Fans lined up, the city threw her a Barbie night welcome, and the place erupted. Viewership hit 2.3 million on ESPN, the most watched WNBA game in 23 years. Reese played every home game at Wintrust that season, putting up double-doubles and flexing her rebounding crown, but the Sky didn't blink at moving venues. No petitions, no upgrades, just business as usual. Then Clark's Fever came back, and suddenly the front office saw dollar signs too big for a 10,000 seat box. That contrast flipped a switch.
My goodness. America's team versus a team who has the person who is the scourge of society. Oh, God. Oh, man. Quote, they watch for me, too. Barbie night? Which one is Barbie night? You got to think one of the two is going to be Barbie night, right? Look at this. Laughing my ass off. Caitlin is really giving every single team a fundraising game. I am weak. My GOAT is simply different.
It's not just Chicago cashing in. The Washington Mystics bumped 2 Fever games to Baltimore's 14,000-seat CFG Bank Arena. The Connecticut Sun said, "See you at TD Garden," where the Celtics play. Las Vegas, Atlanta, Dallas, all shifting Clark matchups to bigger stages. This isn't random scheduling. It's a league-wide bet on one player's pull. When the Fever show up, arenas grow, tickets vanish, and revenue spikes. Other stars aren't sparking this kind of chaos, and that's got people whispering about who's really moving the needle.
Will be moving to the United Center. So that's significant in the sense of it will be the first games ever played by WNBA teams in the United Center. The game's on Saturday, June 7th and Sunday, July 27th. One had a date change, but they will be moving to the largest capacity arena in the NBA. You know, more than double, I believe, what the Sky's typical home arena is able to hold. And of course, I mean, this is a duh for so many reasons.
Reese has been loud about her role in the WNBA's glow-up. "They're watching because of me too," she's insisted, framing herself as Clark's equal in the hype machine. She's got the flair, viral posts, bold quotes, a college rivalry with Clark that still simmers. But while she's selling herself as the league's co-star, the box office begs to differ. Not one Sky game got a venue bump for her alone. Not last year, not this year. Her unrivaled 3x3 league gig didn't set viewership on fire either. Clark's out here rewriting the rules, and Reese's narrative is starting to crack under the weight of reality.
They will say this is because of Angel Reese. They can't say this because of Angel Reese, because for the simple fact, a lot of their games would have moved to bigger arenas if that was the case. They can't not say this. I know people want it, and I know people be mad about this, bro. Y'all shouldn't be mad about this, bro. This is just the reality of the situation. You're not a hater. You're not none of that if you say Angel's not as big as Caitlin, because she's not, guys. That's the reality of it all, bro.
Let's put it in plain numbers because the scoreboard doesn't lie. If Reese were pulling in Clark-level attention, her games would be lighting up the box office.
Fans aren't holding back online. Social media is a battlefield. Clark stands crowing about sold-out United Center tickets in minutes. Reese defenders throwing shade at the favoritism. Funny how Angel's record-breaking didn't need 20,000 seats. One tweet jabbed, another fired back. Clark's a fundraiser for every team. She's the GOAT for a reason. A Chicago local cut through the noise. "I couldn't get Fever tickets last year. Now I can. How's that bad for the game?" Love her or not, Clark's got the crowd buzzing, and Reese's camp is feeling the heat.
Folks, last year, the Indiana Fever we're in Chicago, and a lot of us were asking, why aren't they putting this in the big arena? Are they really that stubborn that they're ready to just turn away dollars just for a narrative? Seems as if they got their end of their year report, looked at the bottom line and said, you know what? Slam shut. In 2025, we're gonna be in the United Center. Guys, I'm telling you, when Caitlin Clark comes to town, put it in the big arena, because she is box office, and it is going to be big money. Big, full. Not even just the ticket sales, merchandise sales, concession stands, parking. Dude, they are racking in money from every area when Caitlin Clark comes to town. So, of course, the Chicago Sky, oh, fine. I guess I'll milk that well until it's dry.
This isn't about feelings, it's cold, hard cash. Sky President Adam Fox spun it as rewarding fan passion. But let's not kid ourselves, if it was about Sky loyalists, more than 2 games would move. Clark's United Center Knights could rake in an extra $4 million compared to Wintrust. That's not a favor. It's a lifeline for a league that's fought to stay afloat. And here's the kicker, Clark saw it coming. Last June, she casually told reporters, "I'm surprised we're not at the United Center. It'd be good for the game." No flex, just facts. Now her offhand comments a blueprint, and the WNBA's running with it.
Yeah, let me tell you about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark has brought so many eyes to women's basketball that it's amazing. A dude named Acho, I forgot his first name, is something Acho.
Emmanuel Acho.
Yeah. He showed how in 5 days before the draft, she made the WNBA more money than they would have made in the next 5 years without her.
Again, as of right now, to my knowledge, what I've seen, no other Angel Reese games have been moved due to potential attendance for said game. I mean, I'm just pointing that out. I'm not sure if you're allowed to. I've been told, Angel Reese told us it was because of her too. They're coming because of me. Are they? Are they really?
I don't see other teams doing this for other players. They're doing it for Caitlin Clark because they know Caitlin Clark is bringing the bacon. She's bringing the bacon, but this is great.
Remember, the Washington Mystics also moved 2 of their games yesterday too. I wonder if those were Angel Reese games. Oh, they weren't. They weren't Angel Reese games. They were Indiana Fever games. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I didn't do it.
So where does this leave us? Caitlin Clark's not just filling seats. She's rewriting what success looks like in women's basketball. Angel Reese can keep pushing her story, but the fans, the tickets, and the arenas have picked their star. The question isn't who's getting watched. It's whether Reese will turn this into fuel to close the gap or keep chasing a spotlight that's already moved on. What do you think? Does Reese have a shot at flipping the script, or is Clark's wave too big to catch? Stick around, hit that like button, and let's keep this conversation rolling.